episode 1, What is it? So what is Google Docs? Well, Google Docs is a computer program for writing. With Google Docs, you can really make your writing look good. You can choose different fonts, you can move your text around, and you can choose different colors for your text. And you can even search for images on the internet and add them to your document. And Google Docs makes writing easier too. One of the great things about writing on a computer is that you can go back and edit writing that you did before. So instead of having to do a lot of erasing or starting all over again, you can just go back into your writing and make changes. Google Docs is also a program that lives on the internet, so everything that you do on Google Docs is automatically saved right away, and you can access your work from any device that has an internet connection. So if you start working on a document at school, you can easily continue working on the same document at home as long as you can get online. Google Docs also lets you collaborate or work together with other people even at the same time. So you can work on a report with your classmate, each one of you working on your own computer. Your teacher can also work with you and help you with your writing, each of you working on your own computer. So let's take a closer look at Google Docs right now. When you want to start a brand new document in Google Docs,
interrupt the tutorial because we have a slightly different way how we get started with a Google document. You can see my cursor here moves around Google Apps, the 9 little dots here. You click on it and you might have scrolled around a bit, but now in my case it's right here. Click on Docs and that gets you into the section where you can start a new Google document. Yes, we're starting from a blank document. Just click on it and don't worry about some of the screens always popping up, like this one, hide tabs and outlines. Just click on it so we get it in view, in the maximum view. Only little thing is here, because everything starts with untitled document, you can type my Google Doc exercise. You decide on your name as long as you can remember what the job was about. Okay, now continue on the tutorial.
we're going to click on the plus sign for a blank document. And that takes us to a brand new Google Docs document. So let's have a look around. Our blank page takes up most of the space, but notice this little blinking vertical line here. That's called your cursor. Whenever you start to type, the characters you type will appear exactly where the cursor is. There are different ways to move the cursor, and we'll talk about that in the next episode. Up at the top of Google Docs, we have a menu. When you click on a menu item, you'll see a list or submenu of different choices. And just below the menu, you'll see what's called a toolbar. And if you move your pointer around using your trackpad or mouse, you can hover over some of these items and you'll see an explanation of what the item is. And let's take a close look at the undo icon located up at the top left. The undo command is probably going to be one of your best friends when you're working in Google Docs because it lets you undo previous mistakes or something that you change your mind about. So that's a brief intro to Google Docs. To get started with a real document, check out the next episode, Formatting in Google Docs.
Editing. Create a Google document. So if you created early on one, you can change the title. You just highlight it here and type the title. I would suggest something like PTech Year 9 Google Doc. Will do. Okay, I want to create a document. It's a little bit similar and related to what we created early on in the workspace. If you go back to the workspace, you had this Google Earth exercise. So if you open it up, you will see you had this assessment template here, and you had a table where you ended, you copy and paste it, you created screenshots, and you inserted into this table. Something similar we want to do with our exercise now. Okay, first type Google Earth. Enter. And now let's insert a table. insert a table. I say I made 3 by 3 column, 5 rows for now. You can see how many rows is 5. How many columns is 3. Okay, first let's check one thing. What is the orientation of your document? Is it landscape or is it portrait? So you go to File, and if you scroll down here, there's a bit of a scrolling happening normally. Page setup, and make sure it's on portrait. Okay, now you can see when you inserted the table. I might suddenly say, I actually wanted the table with only 2 columns, not 3. So remember, this is this undo feature. So we can click undo, it's gone again, wipes out our last change. We can even go further, another undo takes the line away, undo, even to the point it removes everything. Now I go now forward again because I wanted the title was correct. The only thing I want different is the table. So do a little bit, play around with undo and redo. Now let's insert a table again. Insert table. I just want columns, 2 in a row. Here we go. Okay, now let's have a look. Now let's have a look similar to the document we had. Okay, I just want a title, Niue. You can use another island if you want, if you're from the Cook Islands, or you just want to focus on New Zealand. You can choose that as well. But I want 4 basically kind of islands in there. But if you choose including New Zealand or Cook Island, you're more than welcome. Okay, now that's the example we had Niue written here. So that was, I want to merge this into one cell. So I highlight it and I go to the right mouse button and I merge cells. Okay, I have changed my mouse pointer, so it looks a little bit differently. Okay, so you click here in this cell and now we write the word Niue, the island Niue. Okay, let's format it a bit. You don't have to have you do not have to have the same font or font size and even color. But I just change the font size. I change the font type. There's a whole lot of them. You can have a little browse around. More than happy to, yeah, that looks a bit different. As we're doing text, let's highlight this text as well. It's not a normal text. I change it to being a title, and right away it kind of changes. I would like to have it here in the middle. So I like to have it here in the middle, which means I'm aligning the text. Where can you find this? If you click these little dots, or you have a wider screen as I have, you can go in here and align it to the middle. There we go. Now if you even want to decide you're having, there was a mistake, I'll undo it again. I wanted to highlight all this and I want to make it bold. Here we go. You could see in my document earlier, I have a background color within the cell of my table. How do I get that? So I can select the cell, right mouse click, table properties. Okay, I move away here. Table properties. So I can have color. I can even have border color. I want the cell color. I want to make it a bit gray. Okay, here we go. So if you decide you even want that Okay, let's hide this again, the table properties, don't need them anymore. If you decide you want to have a little bit larger here, you're welcome to do so. If you want to decide you want some slight different text color, you're welcome to do so. Doesn't have to be the same what I choose. Okay, and now the next cells. What can we do here? Let's make it capital. Okay, you can see as I typed, well, that's not spelling capital. So if you got that little red squiggle underneath, that means usually it's misspelled. So you're quite happy to go over it. You select it and you can see there comes a spelling suggestion. Hey, that's already built in. Let's use it. So that's how capital is spelled. Nothing wrong. Everybody does some misspelling. Select it. I want a little bit bold. And this will do. Okay, what I did now, I don't need that much space here now in this cell. I can actually move the middle around. You can see how I'm doing this. So feel free to do this as well. Okay, let's find the capital of Niue. Do the good old Google search. Capital of Niue. I've done this search early on. Alofi. Okay, great. So how can we select this? Okay, I sometimes like to use the text, doing a copy, highlight the text instead of having to type it. But you can still go and type it. So paste it in here. Okay, the paste comes across a little bit differently. So I can undo that and maybe go right mouse click and use the option paste without formatting because I want to format it myself. Either way is fine. Highlight it. Check out the other options here. Italic, flips to the side, underline, all valid to do. Okay, next column is the flag. So find the flag of Niue. Do a search again. Here we go. Okay, different options how you can do that. Sometimes when you go over the flag, you have a right mouse click option to copy the image. If you can do that, makes life easier. Now you can set focus in the cell and paste it. Here you go. Now with actually Alofi, maybe I do not make bold, but I want to have all here on the left hand side, everything bold. And in maybe even a different font. So you choose your own font. Sometimes you can copy styles. Okay, what else? You can see 5 facts about Niue. Let's find some facts about Niue. I've done a search before. Facts about Niue for kids. Whatever you find. Okay, here's some interesting information. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 5 facts will just do. 5 facts maximum. Copy and paste it. And go back to our document. Use our document and paste it in. Oh, I like the way it bolds it automatically. But if you had this again pasted without formatting, paste without formatting comes across like this. And if we want this little bold thingy, let's do it ourselves. Highlight your text. 3 dots, bullet list. Here we go. We can get it bold ourselves. Okay, that was a lot of information in one go. So let's now you can go along and make it for a total of 4 islands, like in the exercise before. 4 islands. Doesn't matter. You can choose others if you want. You can choose New Zealand. You can choose Cook Islands, whatever you want. But now we start getting a document. Now you can see at some point you see, oh, wait a moment. If I now add Samoa, Tonga, and so on, I don't have enough rows here. I'm running a little bit out of space. So watch out. If you move here, you can see there's a plus sign coming. You can click here and you can easily add another row. If you had too many rows, you can go right mouse click over here and you can delete a row. So if you think you had too many rows. Okay, that is a lot of information. Let's see what you can do. If you have problems with the image and you can't just simply copy it, remember we done the snipping tool. You can utilize the snipping tool as well. So let's create a nice document. I want to see your own color. You can even have background color for all the cells. Remember background color. You select the cell, you go right mouse click, and you go table properties. Table properties, you have the choice of background colors. Okay, I want to see what you want to do. You have 4 islands, and at the end, once you're done, you can submit this Google document. How to do that? Okay, looking at the Harper Workspace, here's the section where you would have watched exactly the tutorial I'm looking at right now. Once you come to the end, please open the assessment document. There are little tick list. So I want you to double check that you've done all these jobs. Adding, formatting a title, page setup, you checked font size. If you cannot remember, go back and re-watch the tutorial. So make sure you can tick everything off. And at the very end, you take your work from here we go. You take your work, you copy and paste. You copy everything. You go with the mouse. Remember, it's not Nue alone. You need to have 3 others as well. So pick your other islands, fill in the capital, do a little Google search, find the flag, utilize the skills you already have regarding the snipping tool, and find me 5 facts. Again, add more rows if you need to. So it's going to be a copy and paste at the very end, highlight everything, Control C for copy, or you go right mouse click and copy works as well. Copy it, you go to the assessment template, everything ticked off. Here you go, paste it, and your work should be there. Yeah, something has been lost in my case, but you paste your work there. It should work. And then, of course, you submit. You should be able to click the submit button we liked previously.